On your health, Dr. T.J. Milling joins us this morning. He is a research director in the emergency department of UMC Brackenridge, and he represents one of many clinical trials conducted right here in Austin, which is good news because it means our local doctors are not only providing leading-edge treatments to the patients, they're also able to teach fellow physicians new techniques. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
You did a clinical trial on patients with blood thinners. Talk about that a little bit.
So about 1 million people in the country are on a blood thinner called Coumadin, and because they're prone to clot, either clots in their legs or their lungs. But you know, they live their normal lives while they're on this drug, and they, like everyone else, have falls or get in car wrecks, and they bleed. And when they bleed, it's a life-threatening emergency because their blood doesn't clot. So we have to reverse it really quickly. And we were doing a study looking at a new therapy that can do that potentially better and with fewer side effects.
And the smallest injury can be life-threatening, is that right?
Right. They just will not clot, so they just keep bleeding from wherever they're bleeding.
And what does this kind of treatment involve?
So it's a concentrate of clotting factors. It's used in Europe, but it's never been approved here in the U.S., and this was an FDA-regulated trial to seek that approval. And, you know, this is an example of what happens when a medical community steps up and embraces clinical research. So it generally takes 10 years for the medical community at large to adopt a new therapy. But if you're involved in the research, and we have been for the last 5 years on this particular product, then you know what works. You can apply it more quickly as soon as it's available. And also patients who are involved in clinical trials just do better. They get better care, more focused care. So research is good for you. And then you adopt those therapies really quickly. So you become a leading edge medical center. You're not following, you're leading.
Why is it, do you feel like, that some of the centers here in Central Texas have gone to the clinical trials and have been so heavy in that?
Well, I think so. It's part of the big picture of Austin becoming more of a biomedical city. You know, we're talking about a medical school and a new teaching hospital, and these are all important pieces. And frankly, you know, UT is the largest Tier 1 university without an attached medical school, and that's a travesty. Austin deserves that resource, and more importantly, it helps us recruit the best and the brightest here. I was at a meeting on the East Coast, and I told them about the Board of Regents approving the $30 million a year for the med school. And they said, oh, if Austin had a med school, I'd go there. Austin's a great draw, but it's missing that one piece.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A way to attract talent and, once again, provide better treatment to the patients here as well.
Sure. And these are idea people. So, you know, and ideas become products, products become companies, and then Austin enters this economic boom from all of this. You know, Austin was a tech city, and now it's a biotech city.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. T.J. Milling.
My pleasure.
All right.